So you're there at 100,000 followers. Do you feel famous?
Wow, I haven't even put that together.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
7 plus 3 and a few zeros.
That's pretty crazy.
Do you think we're the only ones that have to be like, guys, we ain't bad? Or like,
it's really funny because I get comments that people are like, "Oh, well, the fact that your account name is STL Ain't Bad is so sad," because it's like clearly that's what we're working up from.
what's going on, Opecast? It's Braden STL, and today we're actually going to switch things up moving forward on the podcast to where we're going to start off with the interview, and then after that, we're going to get into the other topics. Now, as we work on the podcast, we appreciate all of your guys' feedback on what you guys like, preferences, and things like that. But this week, we let Amber and Carly take the week off, but I did bring in Epic Eats STL for Foodie Fridays, so hope you guys enjoy it. So today, I have the one, the only Megan of STL Ain't Bad. Now, if you've ever been on TikTok, you definitely have seen one of her videos, or on Instagram, which you've really embraced over the last few months.
Yes, I have.
You've taken off, and so you have a great perspective on St. Louis, because St. Louis is not bad, or the rebrand name STL Ain't Bad, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about your St. Louis upbringing and like what inspired you to show people.
Yes, totally. So I was not born, but raised in St. Louis. Moved here when I was a baby, so pretty much born here. So I grew up in the county and then went to school not too far away and then came back after college and have kind of lived closer to downtown ever since. And I feel like once I went to college and kind of got a taste of people who are from everywhere else in the country, they were all like, "Oh, you're from St. Louis," and it kind of like... You know that tone that people are like, "Oh, St. Louis," or whenever you travel and you're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "St. Louis." They're like, "Where is that?"
What college you went to?
Yeah, I went to Mizzou. But still,
what?
I know. Well, like half of Mizzou is St. Louis people, but still everyone else is like. So it makes it even worse that it's like another
St. Louis.
Yeah,
person.
Another Mizzou. Yeah, St. Louis person, of course. The eye roll. So. Yeah, I feel like once I started traveling more and kind of just getting out of the city, I realized that people are like, "Oh, St. Louis, isn't that kind of like not a cool place?" And
haters.
And then, but I love it here. So yeah. I feel like the whole tone of my account is just not trying to say it's the best place in the world, which I love it. I know you love it. But
I think it's the best-ish.
Yeah, big fan.
Most
big
days.
Fan. Don't have a lot of bad things to say, but so with my account, I really wasn't trying to say like everyone moved to St. Louis, it's awesome, but like more so just be like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
STL ain't bad. So I've had a lot of fun with it. I started it about 2 winters ago. So it was like right when things were coming out of COVID and people were going out to eat again and trying new places. And I actually was going on a trip to Dallas with one of my coworkers, and we found a Dallas TikTok account that was like, here are all the places to get drinks while you're in Dallas.
Was it Dallas Ain't Bad?
It wasn't, but
I think Dallas is bad.
They should look into that. Or I should look into that. New branch.
Do you think we're the only ones that have to be like, guys, we ain't bad? Or like,
it's really funny because I get comments that people are like, "Oh, well, the fact that your account name is STL Ain't Bad is so sad," because it's like clearly that's what we're working up from. But it's fun. But yeah, me and my coworker were going on a trip to Dallas. We found a TikTok account that was all things like restaurants to try, and like we took a lot of the recommendations. And upon finding that, we were like, no one's really tapped into this on TikTok for St. Louis.
Not at all.
Why don't we take it upon ourselves to do it? So I actually did start the account with my coworker, Brooke, back in the day. She ended up moving to Colorado like a month later. So
I got to ask.
Maybe she did think...
Does she have a Colorado Ain't Bad account?
No,
okay, just asking.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of. But so, and I still was having so much fun with it that I kept going and kept making stuff. So come a long way from then. I look back at my content from like 2 years ago and I'm like, ew.
You're like
so bad.
Everything I see, like every video you put out, it seems like it goes viral. And it's like now, like how was it like, because you were on TikTok for the longest, like what are you at on TikTok? Like 70, 100?
70 something. I think like 75.
So before we get into Instagram, let's talk about how I feel like TikTok gets the disrespect, not just in this country. Well, not just in this city, but in the country. But like in St. Louis, it's like, oh, you have 70,000 on TikTok. Well, we're going to value this person with 10,000 more on Instagram.
Yeah.
But it's like weird because I'm like, TikTok, like when it comes to discoverability, like if, I don't know, like how do you feel about that? Like, have you noticed that?
Yeah, it is very interesting. And I actually work in social media on the other end in my full-time job. So I do kind of get a little bit of the taste on both ends from like a business setting and working with influencers and then me being like an influencer, I guess.
Influencer, yep.
Quote unquote. But it is really interesting because I feel like more so on Instagram, when you post, your followers are going to see it if they're going and checking their feed. Sure, yeah. And then TikTok, it's kind of like people can follow you because they do want to see your stuff, but that also doesn't mean that they're going to see your stuff. So it is a little tricky because I could post the same video on both platforms and like TikTok could get like 100,000 views and Instagram could get 10,000 views, which is like a big portion of my followers there.
Yeah.
But also vice versa. So it is kind of unpredictable. And I think it's interesting because the algorithms are so different but similar. And so I was kind of surprised when I started posting most of my stuff on Instagram that it did take off, because I was so in the mindset where I was like, oh, I'm successful on TikTok because my stuff is so casual. And
it's like, not like it's very casual and relatable versus like just
like I clearly threw this together before I went to bed.
I didn't think that. Like most of my videos, I put like I got videos I got to edit tonight. They're gonna be put together.
Oh, that's the best editing time.
Before bed, like do I want to watch TV? Like I don't watch TV.
Yeah, I put it on in the background and pretend.
I should do that, but like with my like ADHD, I'd be like, oh, let me.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. I need like 5 sounds on it once.
And, I've kind of into jazz over the years.
Oh really?
I don't know who sings, or I guess who plays what, but the music sounds good, and I'll just be like. They'll be like, doo, 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 doo. I don't know why I'm humming. Doo, doo, doo. Like, whatever. And
that's my favorite jazz song, actually. Yeah, I love that one.
Jason, do we know what song that is?
Yeah, pull up Shazam. You can't miss this one.
But anyways, that song. But, when you start putting on Instagram, it was interesting because it wasn't just like, hey, like, rainbows and butterflies and everything is just great. It's like, hey, let's all laugh at this relatable joke. Right. Like the Brentwood, what is that? Brentwood Center Farmers
Brentwood. I called it Brentwood Plaza parking lot and everyone knew what I was talking about. Yeah. I'm sure that's not the legal name of the parking lot.
It's probably named after a human that bought the land or something.
Probably. But yeah, it was really interesting because I would say Instagram, in my mind, especially from like my professional background, is very much so like you go on there for inspiration and to follow the people that you aspire to be, you know? And that is not how I view my content at all. I'm very much posting like, don't you hate this parking lot? And like, here's a restaurant that's pretty good. And so I was like really hesitant to post stuff on there, especially my things that are more like memes and jokes. Yeah. And then once I did, I was like, oh, the Instagram people are still up for a laugh.
They know how to laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew? So yeah, it's really funny because I didn't start posting on Instagram like consistently until probably like May of this year.
I noticed. How did we connect?
My little shift.
Did like we connect? Like did you when you first got on Instagram, or I feel like it was before that?
I feel like you were. I think it was TikTok, and I feel like you were one of the first people who reached out to me, and I like considered one of my internet friends. You know, it was you and Paige. She's a lawyer. She makes TikToks. If you've seen her, shout out Paige.
Shout out Paige if you're watching, listening.
Yeah, she's great too. But she has like 1 million followers. You should have her.
Out of St. Louis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll get her on.
Yeah. Paige, you're next. So yeah, I would say you were one of my people who I would consider internet friends. Like whenever I saw your post, I was like, oh yeah, go Braden, this is so great.
Oh, I'd hype you up too. I'd be like, oh, this is like, if I just put emojis just now, I'm like, hell yeah, like this is funny.
I mean, there's only so much you can say in the comments. I get it.
Emoji it up, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we connected on I
guess it was TikTok.
TikTok, like in DMs, and then I wasn't really doing much on Instagram, and I remember I saw you at like 2 events before we officially like met in person. But at that point, I wasn't showing my face at all in any of my stuff.
So you're just like in the back, like
I felt I was having the worst imposter syndrome because it was like one of the first few events that I got invited to, and I showed up with like one of my friends, and she was like, "Is that guy?" And like, "Is that guy?" And I was like, "I think so. I've never met any of these people."
Yeah.
And then and I was so like, I was like, I don't really know if I should be at this stuff. No one knows what I look like. Like, this is so bizarre to me, kind of thing. So that is kind of when I shifted, and I was like, okay, I need to like just reveal who I am because I'm putting myself in such a box and limiting myself.
You're just
like,
in the corner, like
I
everyone
know.
else is talking. You're like, hi.
I know, and I still barely show my face because I do have the most fun just showing like everything else. You know,
Your Friar Fest video was funny though, where your family is just like, your family's like, how many wings are you gonna eat? And you're asking everybody, and what was it like? 2 or 4 or whatever. Like the old guy that not like in your family, but the old guy that looks at you up and down like,
oh my God,
4.
Yeah.
And didn't you eat 4?
I think I only ate 3.
3.
I think
okay,
I lied.
He was close.
Yeah, because that was a little scary. That Fire Fest.
Yeah, we can get into that where those people are just shoving their throats with
my God,
25, 30.
I feel like I'd always seen that
tenders.
on TV, like the hot dog, like you dip it in the water and you do the stuff. But
It was not that serious.
Wow.
But yeah.
Kudos to them.
So you put your face out there. Was that before or after? Wait, was that before or after you was it you pounded Nelly's? You like bam? I don't even know what the word is.
Well, I didn't fist bump him.
Fist bump. That's it.
He tried to fist bump me. That was my first video that did go viral that I would consider going viral on TikTok, and it was very exciting. But I was like, that. It's like it was really cringy though. People still hold that against me. It was so bad. It was so embarrassing.
If we ever get him on the pod, I don't know. We've tried.
Yeah, Nelly, if you're out there,
we'll bring you on as a producer for the show. Like, yeah, this is our. And then you're like, what's up?
Yeah, Moshine. They could sponsor, and Nelly could come pay a visit.
We've tried, but hey, we're not gonna stop trying. We're not gonna stop trying. Moshine, if you're listening.
Moshine, what's up?
So, how was that when you kind of started posting on Instagram? Because now you're at like 30-some thousand, right? Like,
yeah.
What's that? What's the difference between the two for those who don't know?
Like value-wise?
Let's say value on the business side, but then also the type of people, the type of comments.
Yeah. I surprisingly thought Instagram people would be a little softer with their words. Yeah. And that has not been the case. So it's very interesting because I do feel like on TikTok, there's a lot more people who are anonymous. Obviously, like a lot of user XY
username 176543221.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of those, and they obviously are out there free to say whatever they want. And boy, do they say whatever they want.
Do they ever go like directly at you, or is it more of just talking stuff on the
No,
city?
and that was a learning curve for me whenever I started posting restaurants that I liked, and then people were commenting like, "I hate this place," and I was like, I thought it was really good. And then, because I was taking that really personally, and like, obviously my page, the goal is to support local restaurants. So like, that's not what kind of community I want to be building. But at the same time, I had to step back and be like, these people are not saying that they don't like me or the video that I made.
Yeah.
It's just like, they had a different experience, like they had a bad server or whatever. So I will say that was interesting in the beginning. I feel like the first thing that I posted that got like a little bit of negative comments, I was like freaking out. I was like, do I take this down? But it's getting so many views. Yeah. And I don't know what to do.
Like the negative comments, like you're like, dang, people are mad. But then you're just like, I'm not even going to read these because it's like, it's engagement.
Right.
The algorithm, especially TikTok, both. They love that kind of engagement. So it's like,
I know. And then it's like, but I'm still getting followers like from the video.
So it's working.
Yeah. I'm like, something isn't that bad, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really interesting. I would say TikTok is more unpredictable as far as posting, as you know. It's like, and it's kind of hard to know like what's going to go viral and what's not, which is the same on Instagram. But I feel like on Instagram, when you reach a certain point, it's like, so I have like 30,000 followers, I guess, on Instagram. So I would say most of my videos are probably going to get like 10,000 views just based on like the people who follow me and like naturally are going to like scroll past it when they're on their feed. But TikTok, it's like,
it could be
it's like I have 70
or 15 million.
Yeah, it's like I have 70,000 followers and a video could get 1,000 views if I post it at the wrong time, and you know, which time of posting is also very interesting.
So you're there at 100,000 followers. Do you feel famous?
Wow, I haven't even put that together.
Yeah, math.
Whoa.
7 plus 3 and a few zeros.
That's pretty crazy.
So are you famous? You get recognized around town?
I have gotten recognized, and I still don't know how I feel about it. It's a really weird phenomenon to just be doing, because I'm sure when I'm out in public, like I'm not the most poised person, you know, like
you're just going on about your day.
Yeah, like I'm just assuming that I'm like a little blimp in the world and nobody cares if I'm there. But then when someone, like, I'm like shoving a burger into my mouth and someone's like, oh my God, I love your page. I'm like, yeah. Me? No, it can't be me. So it is really interesting, and I feel like it's happened a handful of times and I still haven't gotten used to it, but I think I'm getting less uncomfortable by it.
Yeah.
And because I mean, it's obviously very flattering and like makes me excited, and you know, that's say hi to me if you see me in public. I'll be awkward, but it's fine.
Eating a burger. Just
wait till I'm done chewing if you do see me, or I'm done taking my drink. But yeah, it's fun. Do you have any fun stories from being recognized in public?
I had somebody shout out the car once, like, Braden, I follow you. I've been spotted in San Francisco before.
Oh,
it's crazy. That's when I had
that's wild.
2,000 followers. That was wild.
Wow.
Some people would be like, "Hey, I saw you were here." Like, yeah, it's just interesting. I'm pretty easy to recognize because I'm usually a head above the rest, literally, because I'm so tall.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, you would expect that I'm just like a little creepy crawling in through the crowds because I'm 5 feet tall.
Well, I think this is a good transition to being able to recognize each other at a concert recently.
Nice. Yeah. Love what you did there.
Yeah. So it's I went to a concert with one of my friends. It was Andy Grammer, and I was just like, Andy's in town. I saw him at Fair St. Louis a few years ago. This will probably be a really good show. And then I'm there, I'm enjoying it, and then I look, and it's just like. And
Can't be.
Hi. Like, you don't even know how to, like, we don't know how to act like that. You're never taught how to, like, say hi in public during the middle of a concert.
Especially concerts, a little tough.
And
Andy was going at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So how was it? Like, you went with family? Like, did they have a good time?
Yeah. So I would say the Andy Grammer concert is the last place I expected to see you on a Monday night. Might I add? You're so crazy. So actually it was totally the day of the concert, and my dad texted me and he was like, we kind of have extra tickets if you want to come. And I was like, do I want to go to Andy Grammer on a Monday? Don't get me wrong. Love the man.
Beyonce on a Monday, Andy Grammer on a Monday.
It's tough. It's
tough.
Yeah. Yeah. And I looked up the set list and I was like, I actually knew more than like I would like to admit. But
I look up the set list too. I'm like, are you going to perform the stuff I know? Okay, these two songs. I'll hit the bathroom
Do we have Honey, I'm Good on there?
Oh, I got to stay to the very end for that. No, I ain't staying for that last song.
I did not stay for that one. But yeah, my dad texted me and he was just like, hey, we have some like contraband tickets if you want to come tonight. And I was like, I'm not really sure what you mean by that. And he was like, haha, just show up. We'll see. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, that's not really convincing when I'm already kind of on the border. But then my little brother was asking me to go, so
you're like, all right. Did your dad get off like Facebook Marketplace or like Craigslist or something?
So he ordered through one of those like a Ticketmaster of sort, but it was coming from like a second party, someone was reselling, and then there was some kind of glitch where they got sent double tickets, and then they were under the impression that the ticket seller took back the second ones, but they still had all of the barcodes. So we showed up and they were like, I don't really think these are going to work. And then they all did.
Sounds fine by me.
Yeah.
The Andy Grammer song.
Yeah. The people in front of me walking in, the girl got her fake ID taken. So.
Oh, at the pageant.
So that stinks. So don't use your fake ID at the pageant.
Yeah.
No one's safe.
Yeah, I'm a bit past those years.
Yeah, we're safe.
Yeah, but yeah, that concert. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it for 1 second. Big Andy Grammer fan. Definitely gave off like youth pastor energy at that one, and I was like, good show. Good show. Like if I went to, never mind. But like it was a really good youth pastory show. Like
it was a little more wholesome than I was expecting.
Yeah, a lot of families. It was really good. A lot
of families. He addressed, I think, every single grandma that was in the crowd. He like really gave them.
I think that's
attention.
What it was. I've been to country concerts and I haven't seen that many grandmas at a show.
Yeah, I think he like picked out every single one and was like, "I'm so happy you're here."
Yeah, like he was very grateful, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take notes. So
very respectful.
When I host events, I'm gonna thank each and every person. Which you've hosted events.
I have.
How is that? And now you have like a community you're building too on another platform.
Yes. So I get a lot of messages from girls who are just like similar to my age, who either are new to the area or just like looking to branch out and make friends. And I feel like just as adults, it's really tough to make connections as
people
friends.
Are mean too.
People are so mean.
Yeah.
And I feel like as an adult, you spend 90% of your time at work and then you go home and how are you supposed to meet people? So I am trying to, in the future, plan more events where not just girls, but anyone can come and like make friends, mingle, like very low pressure settings for people to come and just like make a connection and something to do on a weeknight if they're new to the area or just don't have a lot going on. So that's in the future.
What's going to be the icebreaker for people? Because people like, it's very nerve wracking, you know?
It is.
Especially after the last few years, you know, if you think about it, a year and a half, most people were stuck inside their homes. So they didn't know how to like communicate. Like what's going to be the icebreaker?
I will say, because I also am someone who gets like social anxiety in certain settings. So I think a big pain point for me in planning events is that there has to be like something to do at every single event. So one that I'm kind of working on, I want to do a watch party of The Golden Bachelor, which is premiering soon.
What's the Golden Bachelor? Is that like an older
So it's a
person?
spinoff of The Bachelor, The Bachelorette from ABC. Okay. But the guy's just old.
Okay, that's why I just want to like make sure. So is it like how old? Like Golden Girls?
So
old?
he is like in his 70s. And then all of the lady contestants are like in their 60s or older.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. Like I picture like a Hugh Hefner with like something, and I was like,
no. Well, no, the ladies are old.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
this will be interesting.
It's wholesome. Yeah, I know. So something I want to plan that like has always been in the back of my mind, and now that I feel like they're doing the Golden Bachelor, it's perfect opportunity. But I want to do a watch party and just like come hang out. There'll be wine specials. We can watch the Golden Bachelor. There'll be like drinking games or like, you know.
Where's this going to be?
So.
You're working on that.
Well.
By the time this episode comes out, you may have attended this event. And if you did, just let us know in the comments.
If you did, thank you.
Yeah. How many people are in the group on Facebook?
So I just made a group like 3 days ago.
I added myself and then I pulled myself back because I was like, oh man, it says like kind of like my real name-ish, like my middle name. And then I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm in there. I think it was like the 5th one or something.
Full send, yeah. So I always had a Facebook page, which is just like, I think it has like 3,000 followers or likes or whatever a page has on
fans.
Yeah, whatever those people have on Facebook. But I realized groups are more, because I'm in a lot of Facebook groups that are just, they pop off. Like
engaging and stuff.
Yeah, I'm in like 20 million Facebook groups about nothing. Like I'm in home decor ones and whatever, and people love posting in them and having conversations and just like it's like a whole chat forum basically.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, this is a total missed opportunity if I don't create one.
Sounds like Reddit.
You know? It kind of is.
Like a Reddit. Yeah, I think that's amazing that you're doing that because, you know, it doesn't have to have, like, St. Louis, we don't have to have, like, one little community. It's important to have several.
Right. So I opened the Facebook group because I really want people to come and, like, share restaurants, but also introduce themselves if they're new in the area, like, just, like, a safe space for a one-all catch of, I moved to St. Louis. I don't know the first place to go. If they go on Facebook, look up St. Louis. Hopefully they find my page. And
should I put in there? Hi guys, my name is Braden. I'm new to the city.
Hey guys, really trying to make friends. My name's Braden. I'm really struggling out there.
But also, I do have a podcast, so please follow.
In my free time, I like to try new restaurants.
Please, I need more followers. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the group.
Yeah.
They probably won't recognize me because I think my profile picture. Actually, I won't talk about.
I saw you join. I was like, should I add Braden on Facebook? I feel like we've reached that level.
That level.
Yeah.
I think because it's my
Which
middle
is
name.
a very specific level because not everyone is Facebook friend worthy.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Everyone I like a lot of people, but it's also like some people you're just like, don't like. I like you in this element.
Yeah.
I don't want to know you in that element.
For some reason, to me, Facebook is so much more personal than Instagram or anything else.
Because that's been around since like we were one.
And also, that's where my dad is tagging me in like my birthday post with a picture from 2012 and where I had braces, and he's like calling me all my weird nicknames, and I'm like, Dad, you gotta cut that out.
Yeah, like I'm cool
like, I
now.
don't post on Facebook. This is all my friends are gonna see. Yeah.
Like I'm a cool kid now, so it's just like.
Yeah, I'm like, Dad,
cool
you're
adult.
embarrassing me.
That's fine. No, I feel that. It's like, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I hope this person doesn't comment, and you don't want to like block them because they'll come up at like the holiday. Party.
When I remove myself like as a tag on random posts of my dad's, the next day he'll be like, why'd you remove yourself? And I'm like, Dad, that was just a really bad picture of me. And he's like, there's no such thing.
No,
you look
but
great.
you're like,
and I'm like, but it was, but it was a really bad picture. So yeah, it's an interesting place. So
what does what would you say the future of your brand holds for everyone?
So I am very off the walls with all my ideas, I feel like. So it'll be interesting to see which ones come to fruition.
Yeah.
I am very much someone who, like, if something feels like it's meant to be and everything falls into place, obviously you got to put in the work for stuff. But
For sure, yeah.
to a sense, I feel like opportunities present themselves as we grow and stuff. So I feel like that has been a lot of how I've been on my trajectory of like doing events here and there, and then like having a few partnerships and stuff like that. Because I do have like very limited merch, but
do we want to plug it? Actually, I forgot to bring that up. Let's plug the merch real quick.
I do have merch. I need to make more for the winter. That's like blues.
Oh, the holidays too.
Yeah, holidays. There's a lot of opportunities there, and I think it's really fun to make merch.
What was the one, like the cigarette with the cardinal?
Yeah.
It looks like a bat.
Yeah, the cardinal on a cigarette instead of a bat. Like, I just think that's so funny.
It sells?
But then people commented, they're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, there's nothing to get it. It's
art.
It's a bird on a cigarette. It's not that deep.
You should just be like, it's art.
It's art.
Have you ever been to an art museum?
Yeah. I made it on my iPad. Give me a break.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
But like, so you just want to, you keep growing the brand. You have merch and podcasts or anything. Like, I think you have the personality for it.
I think a podcast would be really fun. Like, I don't know. I've thought about it, and we'll see.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, maybe this is my podcast debut. So you heard it here first. So if this performs, I will maybe give the people what they want.
Wait,
if anyone wants that.
If anybody wants it. Like when you said you heard it, or you heard it here first, and I just want to be like, and you paid for it. But no one's paying for this.
But you could.
But you could if you guys want to sponsor it.
Yep.
Shoot me a DM.
Yep.
Well, one thing we like to do, or before we wrap up the podcast, there are two things I typically ask every guest. For you, I want to ask if you can have 3 other people join you. Mm-hmm. Let's say you're in a booth at like Courtesy Diner or something. Mm-hmm. Who would they be and why?
Okay. So number 1, who I always would say if someone asked who I would get dinner with, Rihanna.
That girl, Riri. Yep.
Queen. She, first of all, is just so talented, obviously.
Very.
And the empire that she has built with like her clothes, makeup, everything, she just rules the world in my head. So she would be number 1. Number 2, I don't really have a lot of reasoning behind this besides the fact that me and him have the same birthday.
Uh-huh.
Elvis.
Did you see the new Elvis movie?
I did. It was pretty good.
I haven't seen it. I think I know how it starts, the middle, and how it will end, but I do need to see it.
Yeah, it was less about his life than I would have liked and more about like his manager and stuff. So
Oh, we know
and like
whose family wrote that script.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Last one, I'll go soft. I'll go my grandma who passed away when I was in middle school. Me and her have a lot of like similar creative tendencies, and so I feel like I could learn a lot from her in this day when I like have a lot of the skills and have taken on a lot of her hobbies like just naturally. So that would be my third. It would be a very chaotic table, but
good conversations, and she'll probably like look through like, oh, this is fun. I hate that damn parking lot.
My grandma would be like, "What's your name, Rihanna?"
Rihanna. I just started following you on Instagram. What is Bad Girl Riri?
Bad Girl Riri.
2 kids? Wow.
Wow, that Super Bowl performance though.
Yeah, with the kid.
Awesome.
Now, last thing, words of wisdom. So, it could be to someone that's starting out their creative journey. It could be someone going through a tough time in life. What are some words of wisdom you would like to leave people with?
I am not typically someone who is like a one-liner phrase like throw out there, but I will say one thing that I feel like always sticks with me is comparison is the thief of joy. Because I feel like it's so easy, especially with like what we do, to look at like how many followers someone else has or like how many likes their post got when you went to a similar thing. And like, I mean, just in real life too, it's like, oh, my friend got a promotion, my friend got engaged, whatever it may be. Like, I feel like that takes away from so much of like what someone has accomplished on their own or like all the milestones that they've passed in life with even the littlest achievements, so I think it's important to step back and take yourself out of everyone else's life and just sit back and be proud of everything that you've accomplished.
Enjoy your journey.
Enjoy your journey.
We all have a different,
sit back and relax.
Like path, like journey in life.
Yeah, and nothing's too serious. Don't take anything too seriously.
Yeah, like STL because it ain't bad. Yeah,
exactly. My account. People really take it seriously in the comments.
Yeah.
So this is at everyone who follows me. Don't take it seriously.
Actually, that will be the short, so we can reel people into the podcast.
Yeah.
But how can people follow you?
You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook at STL Ain't Bad.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. It's Foodie Friday, and today I'm here with Epic Eats STL, who eats at tons of local places all over town, highlights them. And so I'm not going to ask you the best places to eat in town, but I'm going to ask you, what are some of your favorites this time of year?
I'll say right now it'd be Minya Rui. That's one of my tops to eat at right now. It's a ramen spot. Like when you go, it's a nice family-owned, like close-knit restaurant. It's small, but the line is long. But I'm telling you, the food is great.
Yeah, I always see it wrapped around the corner. Mm-hmm. It's actually even getting longer. I think they had to expand a day or two or something after they were in the Food and Wine magazine. But what about for a date night? Where are you taking your wife?
A date night, I have to go with Levels. Levels, it's a Nigerian restaurant. I went recently and me and the wife loved it. They have really nice, authentic the Nigerian food like the ngusi soup, the fufu, and then the jollof. Jollof is spicy, but I mean if you can handle spice, you'll love that.
What
next, we'll say narwhals for a nice drink. Nice frozen cocktail. I know it's getting cold right now, but it wouldn't hurt to still get one of those. I love it, especially get the fish bowl.
Hey, they're fall drinks right now, man. They're fire.
Fire. The next would be Tacos Way.
Okay.
It's a Mexican spot. They have excellent birria tacos. I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, they have excellent birria tacos. They got this loaded fry. Tacos Way fries is loaded with vegetables and sauces. It's amazing. I love that spot. And my last would be Chuck's Hot Chicken. Ooh. I love chicken tenders. Their chicken tenders are the best.
Are they hot?
Oh yeah, they have levels. I made it to level 5. I don't recommend that, but level 3 is my favorite.
Awesome. And so, how can people follow you?
Well, you can follow me on IG, Epic Eats STL, or TikTok, Epic Eats.
Awesome. Well, for a full list, you can check out at STL Bucket List on Instagram or at Opecast the Pod on Instagram as well. So, appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Opecast the Pod. I want to give a shout out to Jason, the producer, for producing this episode. I want to give you all a shout out for listening, but make sure you tell your family, your friends about Opecast, and then also follow us on all social platforms, and also make sure to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. So I'll see you next week.